Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I hope you're having a great day. This is Hump Day, y'all. Which, what a weird coincidence that is with what we're going to be talking about. It is Hump Day, and we are going to talk about one of my least favorite people who used to be on the planet. Mary Kay Letourneau has passed away at the age of, I think she was 58 from cancer. And some of you might be like, oh no, who is she? She died. No sympathy for her. She gets none. Not even a drop. Mary Kay Letourneau was a teacher who had sex with a boy who was either 12 or 13 at the time. 12 or 13 at the time, and got herself knocked up. Went to jail for it. She ended up getting 6 months in jail and was supposed to have no contact with the father. And immediately when she gets out, she's caught in a car having sex with the boy again. So she went to jail for, 7 years, something like that. And while she was in jail, she had his second child. She ended up serving about 6 years of it. And then they got married. It's a Romeo and Juliet story. It's this story pissed me off from the very beginning, way back when it first started, because I want to tell you again, she made a plea agreement with the state and got 6 months in jail for banging a 13-year-old who, by the way, could have been 12 when the thing started. The couple themselves have not been very forthcoming with that, because banging a 12-year-old is so much worse than banging a 13-year-old. Didn't know about the second kid. Oh yeah. Had that baby in prison. She she gets out from the 6-month sentence. She was still on probation. I forget how long that was. But while she was still on probation, got caught in the car with the kid. And yeah, she had gotten herself pregnant a second time and made this guy a father. Made him a father twice before he was 15. But it's okay. It's okay, man, because she's a woman and it was real love. The amount of goddamn stories that present these two as a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing is fucking disgusting. Absolutely fucking disgusting. Don't call them a couple, a rapist and her victim. Absolutely, Evolved Potato. She was a horrible person, and she died. And there's people, oh my God, she died. Yeah. So I don't typically dance on people's graves, even if I don't like them, but she's a fucking child diddler. Fuck her right in her dead ass. That's probably gonna get me in trouble. I'm okay with it though, because it's a fucking child molester being celebrated. Oh my God, it's so sad. They were such a Romeo and Juliet couple, you guys. They actually did specials with these two idiots. Specials with them, because I think, if I remember correctly, they ended up having a total of 3 kids. She had a total of 6 children. I'm looking at the wiki about her. She had 3 months of that 6-month suspended. Oh, okay. So, yeah. It was while she was on a suspended 3 months that she raped him again. Yeah, she was charged with second-degree rape of a child. And originally they were going to give her 6 months. Ain't that some shit? But hey, her kids also lost their mother. They did, and that is sad for them. I don't know how old her children are right now, but this happened back in 90, where's the date? 97. So at least her older kids are old enough. They're adults now. Shrouded Angel, thank you. Right in the dead ass. Look, I have no sympathies at all for this woman whatsoever. At all. because she was a horrible person. She was a child rapist. And the fact that she was celebrated, I'm not kidding you guys. When I say celebrated, that's what I mean. It was this couple that, against all odds, they got together, and even through her sentence for raping him, they waited it out and became this whirlwind couple. Let's see, how old was she when this happened? She was born in 62, happened in 97, so she's what, 35? Is that right? 35? Yeah. She was somewhere around 35 when she was having sex, let's say it again, with a 13-year-old. That is not in any kind of way acceptable at all. And they were on fucking the cover of People magazine. They had TLC shows about them. I might be wrong. Could have been Lifetime. But, you know, those kind of fucking networks that do those stupid things. Yeah. Like, oh, look at this star-crossed lovers, you guys. The fuck does a 35-year-old have in common with a 13-year-old? Other than their raging hormones, I guess. Oh, I saw that, and I saw that there's these sympathies. You know, again, for her children, you're right. That's sad for them. For them. She's still a child rapist. She's still a fucking child rapist. Which one was it where the teen boy had to pay child support? I don't know. I know what you're talking about. It might have even been this case, but I don't remember. Child rapist dies of cancer. That's what all of this should say. Oh, she died of colon cancer with what I said earlier. That's a whoops, my bad. The boy finally did break up with her and then get back with her again. But I mean, this whole thing, they did divorce finally in 2019. So this whole story, that this kid, he didn't have a chance to grow up normal. He didn't have a chance to have a normal kind of life in any possible way. So she robbed him of that. She didn't just rape this kid, man. She made him a father repeatedly. And oh, look how cool they are. Look what a wonderful, loving couple they are. Hang on, I got to answer something. Sorry, I don't mean the dead air here, but I have trouble sometimes typing and talking at the same time. I'll sing to you. Anyway, that was the big news when I got done with the game stream. I'm looking at this. I'm like, why the fuck is Mary Kay Letourneau trending? And I click on it, and yeah, she's died. Yeah, by the way, if you guys don't know what a 13-year-old, that's a 6th grade student. 6th grade student. She was 35. 35. Yeah, the AP, Mary Kay Letourneau, who married her former 6th grade student after she was convicted for raping him, has died. How about child rapist dies? That's all you need. That's all you need. I have a special hatred for this woman. This woman is Susan Smith. I'm not going to talk about Susan Smith. If you don't know her story, look it up. I get very, very angry talking about that story. But these were some of the women of the time who got away with some horrific shit. Horrific shit. And the media was like, well, they're women. I mean, it's okay. You know what? We will talk about Susan Smith. Susan Smith drowned her 2 children because she was in a relationship with somebody, and she didn't think that the guy liked him, or she thought it was too. She pushed her 2 kids into a river in her car. And she got away with it. She got some, I can't remember if she even got punished, but she got like some slap on the hand if she did, because she had some mental problems, you guys. So, end of her mental problems. Done. That bitch should have been on death row. Should have been on death row. She strapped those 2 boys into their car seats and pushed them into a fucking river. Can you imagine what was going through their minds at that time? This is why I don't talk about this shit. This is why I don't, because it pisses me off so bad. Those 2 boys, their mom straps them in safely into their car and pushes it into a fucking river. And she got a fucking slap on the hand because, oh my God. And there's so many people defending that cunt. So many people. Like, come on. I mean, raising children is hard. Give them up then. You want to go out there and be a whore? Go do it. Don't kill your kids. Jesus, fuck. There's other ways to do it. Go give them to a couple that wants them. Wikipedia says she got life with possibility for parole after 30 years. That could be the truth too. Or that could be that to me is a slap on the hand, because she was up for the death penalty, if I remember correctly, and they took it off the table. It's been a while. I just remember I wanted that bitch to go to the death penalty, and she didn't have to. And there were so many people arguing that she shouldn't even go to jail, you guys. It was the dad that killed the mom and ended up killing the 2 boys. I don't know. They go from unborn to any child because I'm depressed. Boo-hoo me. Yeah, Tyler. If any dad had done this in that state, they would have been put to death with no question. No question. And she went out there and lied and said somebody carjacked her. Somebody carjacked her and stole her kids. Yeah, I hate this shit. I hate it. I hate because women are women. They can, it's okay. It's okay. And look, it's not all women. Hashtag not all. But a certain segment. I understand what she did. Fuck you. If you can look at what that bitch did and say you understand either of these bitches, if you can look at a 35-year-old woman and say, I understand how she slept with a 13-year-old, you shouldn't be allowed around children ever. Ever. This bitch, Mary Kay Letourneau, raped a 13-year-old. And I know there's people in chat arguing about how old that would be. Remember, they've never actually came out and stated when they started. It is possible to be 13 in 6th grade. You can fail. Don't forget that, guys. She's a fucking pedo. So she's actually an herbo. No, I don't give a fuck. I'm not parsing words. I'm not pretending that there's a difference between a 35-year-old sleeping with a 10-year-old or a 13-year-old or a 15-year-old. It's all the fucking same to me. You're banging children. It's disgusting. That bitch should have been in jail for 10 years, and there should have been a restraining order actually enforced. And if she ever went near that guy again, sorry. The only way they should be allowed to see each other is for him to have some child support or some child time. Supervised visits. It's a fucking pedophile. It's literally grooming. And tied him in, man. Tied him in by getting herself pregnant. Bitch knew she wasn't on the pill. Bitch knew she wasn't making him wear condoms. Fucking hate these people. I fucking hate people. Anyhow, fuck off, Mary Kay Letourneau. Burn in hell where you belong, you horrible shit. What else was going on today I'm sorry, that one pissed me off. I cannot believe that there are yeah. So let's see. Which one should I talk about first? I only have 2 stories that I have. We'll probably go through the hashtag tonight, guys. Why are we talking about her, Frosted? Because she died. You should see the smile on my face right now. I only have 2 stories that I'm going to bring up, so we'll probably go through the hashtag tonight. So Remember, Ask Crack Team, make sure to have beautiful women over there. And guys, if there's a story that you want me to look at, that's today's the day. This one is, I talked about it on Lords of the Night, but for those of you who weren't there, this one annoyed the fuck out of me. Annoyed the absolute fuck out of me. Oh, Jack, you got here just after we talked about Mary Kay. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm annoyed at some of the stuff I've seen about Mary Kay Letourneau and people treating her like she was some kind of hero. But I'm also kind of glad she's dead.
Oh, did she die?
She died.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she died of colon cancer.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, karma's a bitch. That's a horrible thing for me to say, but I mean it. She's a fucking kitty diddler. Anyway, how are you doing tonight, Jen?
I'm all right.
I was just about to get into our example of the press manipulating people today.
Nice.
There is a wide receiver in the NFL. His name is Deshaun Jackson.
Okay.
He he sent out an Instagram post that's falsely attributed to Hitler. But he sent this out because he agreed with it. So I want to say that again. Basically, he sent out a post agreeing with something Hitler said about Jews. How well do you think that went over?
Well, it depends who he was talking to.
This guy is also a big fan of Farrakhan, so it's not surprising he likes anti-Jewish stuff.
Right?
And for the record, guys, we're not talking Israel here. We're talking actually anti-Jew. This, I want to pull this up on the screen. This is what he shared. It reads, Hitler said, because the white Jews know that the Negroes are the real children of Israel, and to keep Americans secret, the Jews will blackmail America. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be they will extort America. Their plan for world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they were. The white citizens of America will be terrified to know that all this time they've been mistreating and discriminating and lynching the children of Israel. So if you missed what the meaning is here, it's that the Jews in America aren't the real Jews. The black people are the real Jews. And the Christians in America are going to be like, holy shit, we killed the real Jews? We discriminated against the real Jews? That's the implication. But Jack, he got a lot of pushback for this.
Because it's stupid?
Yes. So he clarifies. And he shows us. Now, I want to remind you, this is all highlighted. There's more text that could have gone on. But this is the highlighted part. This is his finger right there. There's his other finger. Chances are he either highlighted this or knew this whole part was highlighted. I'm guessing since it's probably his book, he highlighted it. But he didn't mean it all. He didn't mean it all. No. So he sends up another one where he scratches out everything but this paragraph right here. The paragraph he leaves in is the one that reads, they will extort America. Their plan for world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they are.
Oh, that's better.
Isn't it? Because he's still talking about the Jews using the blacks. Those damn Jews.
Is he a black Hebrew Israelite?
Well, he is a follower of Farrakhan. This is not why I wanted to talk about this article, though. This is a wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. And this is the headline they put on this article. Former Redskin wide receiver Deshaun Jackson under fire for sharing anti-Semitic quotes on Instagram. And then it starts, Eagles wide receiver Deshaun Jackson, so they know who he plays for. Yeah, but for some reason in that title, they had to mention he used to be a Redskin.
Well, yeah. because they hate the Redskins too. It's a 2-for-1.
Wow, Jack. It's almost like you picked up on what I was going for. There's an argument in the country that the Redskins name is racist. And rather than call this guy an Eagle, which is what he is, and what he has spent most of his life as a football player, because he played for the Eagles, he went for 2 seasons to go play for the Redskins, and now he's back with the Eagles. Instead of calling him an Eagle, got to throw that look. Got some anti-Semitism with that Redskin racism. Like, are you fucking kidding me? This is so fucking disingenuous bull. This is just blatant propaganda right there.
Well, yeah.
Blatant. And it's the kind of subtle shit. I've been reading that book, and it's actually very good. You're right, Jack.
I know.
It is the kind of subtle shit that they talk about in there. This doesn't go directly after the Redskins, but it puts a black eye on them for this guy having been with them.
Oh, yeah. It's not about being honest. It's about pushing the agenda. That's what it's always about.
Good morning, Nuts. I'm sorry, Jack. I stepped on you there.
No, you're fine. It's what it's always about. It's not about telling a story, the truth of what happened. It's about shitting all over everybody.
And if you scroll up just a little bit, there's a video with the chyron that says, Mayor Bowser on Redskins name change and potential new stadium. Not manipulative at all, Jack. Not at all.
No.
It's just how news is done. Just how doing the news is done. Fucking it pisses me off. Where's that story from? It's NBC News. That was NBC. Yeah. Another example of the media news being scum, right? It's amazing that we get at least one of those every night. You think we'd get a night off from that shit?
You would think so.
But no, every fucking night. Because there's so many. Jesus. Oh, man. As I said, guys, I only had one more story that I wanted to talk about. And it's actually kind of a twofer. Ilhan Omar was trending yesterday. Because Ilhan Omar says that we can't just get rid of the police, Jack. She said, and I am paraphrasing a little bit. I could go try to find the video, but you guys can look it up and see if I'm wrong. We need to tear down our political and economic systems too, because they're unequal. We need to tear them down. And there are people like, so what? She said that. So what's wrong with that? Tear our political system down? You mean our republic?
Yeah, well, obviously, because of blah, 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 white people, supremacy, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, blah, 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 commie. Yes,
Yeah.
Hammy Bean says, so she's a commie. Yeah, she is. Dookie Shoe says, aka communism, right? And Towels says, she scares me. Yeah, me too. It scares me that people take her serious. Seriously.
And
That's what really scares me.
Yeah, oh, it should scare you because she's actually seems to be gaining in popularity with a lot of the lefties.
Yep. She's a lot more subtle about it than AOC is, and she seems to pick her battles a lot smarter. But that's not why I brought her up. I mean, that's one of the possible stories to talk about. You want to hear the other one?
Sure. This
one's great. Ilhan Omar has paid new husband's consulting firm $878,000.
That we know of.
Representative Ilhan Omar has continued quietly funneling hundreds of thousands of dollars to her new husband's consulting firm, including a $189,000 windfall in March, just weeks after they announced they had tied the knot, campaign data shows. Ain't that convenient?
Yeah.
It's a wedding present to themselves. The payments between the Minneapolis Democrat Congresswoman and Tim Minette, is that how you say it? Prompted at least one ethics complaint in 2019 after the Post first revealed the allegations made by Minette's then wife in her divorce filing. Yeah, it's amazing that just kind of quietly went away. That Omar was having an affair with a member of her political consulting team who was at the time married to another woman. Omar was married to her second husband at the time, her first husband being her brother. I added that. Thank you, Andrew Joyner, for the lock and load hippo. I really like that one. I like most of the stickers, I got to be honest. Guys, don't forget, we are brought to you by you. Hit that like button, hit that share button. And remember, me and Jack aren't married to rich politicians, so we rely on you. If you can toss money at us, we appreciate it. But that doesn't appear to have stopped the now married couple, with Minette's E Street Group collecting $292,814.99 from his wife's campaign this year for digital advertising, fundraising, consulting, and research services.
Wow.
One of those things is real. That's the advertising. In total, Minette has received $878,930.65 from Omar's campaign since he began working for her in 2018. The majority of those payments were made after the Somali-born lawmaker's victory and solidly Democratic seat in the November 2018 midterms. Omar is by far E Street Group's biggest client, according to Open Secret data. With one of every nearly three of Omar's campaign dollars going to her alleged lover's firm as of last August. The FEC allows lawmakers to hire family members and spouses to work on their campaigns, making the arrangement technically above board, but multiple political experts told the Post that they believe the practice should be outlawed. It should not be outlawed, said Attorney Richard Painter, who served as a chief ethics lawyer in the George Bush White House. I think it's a horrible idea to allow it. He said it should not be outlawed. Given the amount of money that goes into these campaigns from special interests, he continued. What do you think? My problem with it, I think it has to be something. You can't just say they're a consultant. If you're going to pay your family from your campaign and stuff like that, or your boyfriend, which he was under the table when this started, I think you have to. It has to be a real thing, like digital advertising. Okay, I understand what that is. What the fuck is consulting and research? That is so vague.
He's consulting her on her makeup and researching her booty.
Yeah, no shit. Technically, he could sit down at a computer and go, who is Mitch McConnell? Bring up a Wikipedia page and go, all right, I researched. There you go. And then he could go to her and go, I wouldn't suggest siding with Mitch McConnell. And there you have consultation. Bam. No lie.
Must be nice to be a consultant. That sounds awesome. Don't do that. It's dumb. Or give me money.
Research. Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Yeah, no doubt. Alleged lover. She's fucking married to him. Right. It's almost like they're still trying to pretend that there's not something going on there.
Well, the press provides cover. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Guys, I told you we were going to watch or check out the hashtag, and we will. But I want to see if we can find something else, because I haven't seen it yet, and I'm interested to see how it went. Is this the full interview? So last night, Terry Crews went on Don King. Or not Don King. God damn it.
Don Lemon.
Don Lemon. Fuck me. Hang on. I got an ad playing in my ear. Yeah, sorry. All right. Don Lemon's a condescending ass. He's a racist piece of shit. And I'll stand by that because it's true. Terry Crews is a nice guy who came out and said he will stand with good people, whether they're white or black. And this has become a controversy to the point where he's on Don Lemon's show. He also, what was the other thing that he said that got so much attention? That we can't let Black Lives Matter become Black Lives Better. And like, oh, how dare you? Of course we're going to do that. I mean, no, that's not. I don't understand what their point was when they were arguing with him about that. You know, all you have to do is say, "You're right. We're not going to let it do that." And instead, they're like, "How dare you say such a thing?" Of course, that's what we're going to do. But should we watch Don Lemon?
Sure.
Let's watch this asshole for a little bit and see how. Oh God, Don, you're looking old as fuck.
He's doing his own makeup these days, I think.
I was gonna say, are the makeup artists, are they not essential? Because look at how wrinkly this motherfucker's getting.
Yeah, he looks rough.
Does he have the COVID?
I think he's at his house and he's doing his own makeup.
All right, let's see if the volume's okay.
Into this segment because actor and
are we good? All right. We'll rewind it so we can catch all of what Dickhole here says. Let's see what happens.
All right, everybody, please listen to this segment because actor and activist Terry Crews facing backlash for tweeting, "We must ensure Black Lives Matter doesn't morph into Black Lives Better." Here's how he explained it. Are all white people bad? No. Are all black people good? No. Knowing this reality, I stand on my decision.
Couldn't you just hear him roll his eyes right there?
Yeah.
This is fucking, what a dick. I guess I gotta clear my throat. Sorry about that. Okay, back to Dickhole.
To unite with good people, no matter the race, creed, or ideology. Given the number of threats against this decision, I also decide to die on this hill.
Okay, real quick over on the Streamlabs. Trucker Matt, thank you so much. Mary Kay, Susan Smith, Ilhan Omar, Don Lemon, theme of the day, dirty cum receptacles. It would fit. It would fit.
Terry Crews joins me now. Terry, man.
I'd love to see him in a boxing match with him. Put it that way.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting thing.
And you stepped in it.
You stepped in it.
With what? Facts?
You stepped in it. Oh, God. Look, Don Lemon's not wrong saying that, but Terry didn't step in anything. Terry just went with King's dream there.
Yeah, the outrage mob get all offended over bullshit nothing.
You stepped in it. Look at his smug little face. That fucked up, that smug little smile of his.
Yeah.
As he's doing his smug giggle. You stepped in it.
Don Lemon looks smug when he laughs. Terry Crews looks like he's honestly having a good laugh.
Here, Terry looked like, I'm going to punch this motherfucker. All right.
You say that you're willing you say you're willing to die on this hill. You've taken a lot of heat for this. Explain what you were thinking and why it's so important that you die on this hill.
Well, again, I wanted to bring up the fact that, there are some very, very, militant type forces in Black Lives Matter. And what I was issuing was a warning. It's one of those things where I've been a part of different groups, I've been a part of different things, and you see how extremes can really can go far and can go wild. And then when you issue a warning, and when a warning is seen as detrimental to the movement, how can you ever have checks and balances? In the 60s and 70s, airplanes went down all the time. And the reason they found out why they did was because the pilots could never be questioned. And when you have the leaders of the Black Lives Movement who are now talking about, if we don't get our demands, we're going to burn it down. Other Black people who are talking about working with other whites and other races, they're being viewed as sellouts or called Uncle Toms. You start to understand that you are now, being controlled. You're not being treated as love. You're actually being controlled. Someone wants to control the narrative. And I viewed it as a very, very dangerous self-righteousness that was developing that that really viewed themselves as better. It was almost a supremacist move.
Let me.
Okay. Sorry I let that play for so long. Normally I wouldn't, just for copyright. If I get hit for this one, wow, fuck them. As to what Terry said there, yeah. That should be the only answer. Yeah.
Yep.
There was nothing he said that was incorrect.
Nope. That won't stop Don Lemon.
All right. Let's see what Jackass has to, because he was let me
jump
where
in,
they
Terry.
view
let me jump in, Terry. Why?
their Black Lives mattered a lot more than mine.
Okay, so let me jump in here. There's a lot that you said. You think if Black Lives Matter is, you said it's you think it's an extreme movement? Because it's now part of the.
No, but
That's not what he said. He said leaders of the Black Lives Movement.
What is with you and hate facts tonight?
All right. Look at that fucking pause game, dude. Pause
Right?
game. All right, shitbag. What else you got to say? When Terry's laying some truth on you. Why don't you unplug your fucking ears, you ass?
this is the thing. It's a great mantra. It's the true mantra. Black lives do matter. But when you're talking about an organization, you're talking about the leaders. You're talking about the people who are responsible for putting these things together.
I got you.
Let him talk, Dick.
Different thing.
Cherry, you realize that even during the civil rights movement that Dr. King was seen as extreme.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Jack, I might have a fucking aneurysm.
Well, Don Lemon is looking for reason to hate people. He's a very angry man. And he has a lot of hate in his heart. So I don't understand it, but he does. And he really doesn't seem to like white people. He doesn't understand when a black person is okay with white people. That seems to be a theme that we keep seeing over and over again with him.
Look at Terry's face. That's how I feel right now.
Yeah, because, right there, Terry's figuring out exactly what Don Lemon's about.
He just went, this motherfucker.
Yep, that's the face of a well-rested man.
Oh, God. All right. I got to hear the rest of this, I guess. You realize what he just said, for those of you who missed it or just tuning in, you realize during the civil rights movement, Dr. King was seen as an extremist.
Movement was seen as extreme. To people who don't want to make change, movements are seen as extreme. You can paint them easily as an extreme when they are not.
He literally told you about black people who, if you're nice to white people, you hang out with them, you're no longer even black.
Yeah, that's more of a Malcolm X position.
Can somebody find Dr. King saying that or anything close for me? Because I'd love to read it, because I've never seen anything like that. The closest is maybe how the most horrible people were the liberals, because they'd talk a good game but wouldn't do anything. All right, dickhole.
This is very true. But also, when you're talking about MLK, you talk about Nelson Mandela, and even Malcolm X, they all realized that you had to have a non-racial component to these kind of movements, or there will be resentment. There will be get back. There will be, one of these people will tend to, listen, I don't want to move from one oppressor to the next. And one thing is really
who's the next oppressor? Who's the next oppressor?
Oh, when I describe this,
He told you this in the beginning. It's literally in that first tweet. Black Lives Better. Who would be the next oppressor, Don? If that's what he wrote, Who do you think he's worried about there? Jack, you want to take a shot?
Black people.
Let's see if you're right, because that would be my guess too.
First of all, your pause game is amazing today.
Thank you.
The city of Chicago, there are 9 children who died by gun violence, by black on black gun violence, from June 20th all the way to today. And you're talking about, even with the Atlanta child murders, there were 28 kids who died in 2 years. You're talking about a month, and you have 9 black kids, and the Black Lives Matter movement has said nothing about this.
What does that have to do with equality, though, Terry? I don't understand what that has to do with.
Oh my God.
Is it wrong for me to say I hate this man?
No, because he's being purposefully obtuse. And I mean, shit, Terry brought up the Atlanta child murders, which were done by a black serial killer.
This man here, this guy, he wipes his ball sweat under people's nose. This guy here wants everybody to be friendly and hang out with good people.
Yeah.
This guy's hired by CNN. Fuck.
See, Terry Crews is a fucking national treasure.
He is. And he's funny as shit. This man is funny as hell. He's also and he's obviously at least educated. Yeah. Some. I mean, he's going back historically to take this fucknut to school. And he's like, what do you mean? Don Lemon is a douchebag.
Crime. There are people in those communities those people aren't just being nonchalant about gun violence. I lived in Chicago. There are many people who are working in those communities to try to get rid of the gun violence.
Are any of them Black Lives Matter?
I doubt it.
The gun culture in this country is prevalent, but I don't understand what that has to do with a movement that's for equality for black people.
It's not for equality. That's the point, you dick.
Seriously, have you been practicing your pause on these videos, or?
No, it's just when they piss me off.
Oh, well, Don tends to look extra special. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's just how he looks.
Right?
All right.
Well, it's not mutually exclusive that you care about equality for black people, that somehow you're going to stop random violence or, unfortunately, kids from being shot. It just seems like apples and oranges.
Jack, it's been 4 years, 3 years, something like that, since the last time Black Lives Matter flared up. Nothing has improved in Chicago. Nothing. They've done nothing to go in there and help Black lives.
No. It works better being divisive, and why spend the resources on that when you could spend it on something frivolous and stupid like the mayor's cash?
They've done nothing to educate about the importance of a family, of the importance of condoms. Believe it or not, that's a big problem. Underage childbirth,
Yeah.
Single family or single mothers. Holy fuck. Yep. Those numbers are fucking disturbing.
It's because there's a lot of money in that. Like, why get married if you don't have to? When you could have the state be the spouse.
75% of black homes don't have a dad in them. 75%. And whether that's from dad being in jail, dad just leaving, it's more, as you're talking about, more lucrative to not have the dad in the family so that you can get the benefits. That's a big problem. You want to help black lives? Fucking fix that. Not a peep. Not a peep from these shitheads.
Why would they want to do that?
It's not that way. This is the thing, Don. Black people need to hold other black people accountable. I said this the same thing. This is the Black America's version of the Me Too movement. If anything is going to change, we ourselves need to look at our own communities and look at each other and say, this thing cannot go down. And this is the thing too. There are a lot of great people there who are held hostage, by people who literally are running these neighborhoods with violence and then claiming that Black Lives Matter. When you look at the parents of these little kids who are mentioning, saying, hey man, why aren't they speaking up for me too? And then this is what I'm saying. When I look at this whole thing about, it's about who is controlling the narrative.
Let's hold on that. A question for the audience. Give me a 1 if you'd want this guy to be your child's role model. Give me a 2 if you're correct and say you'd want this guy to be your child's role model. I'm just, I had a curiosity for science there, Jack.
Yeah, well, I think we all know the answer to that. And look how angry Don looks.
Look at that motherfucker. What a shitbag.
It's got to be all Black Lives Matter. And what's happened is that because I even challenged it, because I even questioned and warned people,
Terry,
I became sick. Like if I told you to wear a mask,
Terry,
they want to kick you out.
You're a high-profile person. You're writing things out there. You know you're going to get backlash. You know people are going to respond to what you're saying on Twitter. So I don't think you should be surprised by that. I have a skin as tough as an armadillo because of what I do, and I think
he didn't say he was surprised by it. That wasn't his reaction. He's talking about the reaction he got, you douche. And yeah, you should be surprised that the reaction to white, black, Asian, Latino, all of us should just get along. All good people should hang out, and we should all look at the bad people and go, fuck you. If your reaction to that is, what? How dare you? Then yeah, you're a shitbag. And you should be surprised if that's the reaction you get to what Terry said.
Maybe you should adapt that. But here's what I have to say.
Did he just tell Terry Crews he needs to get a thick skin? Yes,
he did. Like Don Lemon has, because he's got skin like an armadillo.
Hang on.
I don't think you should be surprised by that. I have a skin as tough as an armadillo because of what I do, and I think maybe you should adapt that.
This motherfucker. Oh God, Jack. I hate this man. I hate him more than I hate Chris Cuomo. And that's a pretty high bar.
Right?
It's odd they both work for CNN.
But here's what I have to say.
He just called Terry Crews a pussy.
Yeah.
Matter movement was started because it was talking about police brutality. If you want an all Black Lives Matter movement that talks about gun violence in communities, including, black communities, then start that movement with that name. But that's not what Black Lives Matter is about. It's not.
It's almost like Don's about to get it. That saying Black Lives Matter is not what they actually mean. Well, that's not their goals. It is not. This is what he was warning about, you stupid, you motherfucker.
Then all encompassing. So if you're talking about, if someone started a movement that said cancer matters, and then someone comes in and said, why aren't you talking about HIV? It's not the same thing.
Oh my. Jack, I need you to help me here.
Okay.
If a black guy is killed by a cop, and a black guy's killed by just another random black guy, what color are both of the victims?
Black, but only one we care about. That's how it works. See, you can't have a martyr who isn't, fighting with the cops. And the fact the cop might have been black is irrelevant as well. So we look the other way on certain crimes, and then we call it a movement.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget we're brought to you by you. And right now, it's for the Monkey Has a Really Fucking Big Headache Fund. Jack, what fund are you on tonight?
Yeah, I'm getting a really massive migraine from this because Terry Crews, Just, if you want to give me money, awesome, because Terry Crews is a fucking national treasure, and this is an insult to America.
Yeah.
Don Lemon's a scumbag.
Our both of us now have the Don Lemon's a shitbag fund. So please donate and dig deep.
Yeah. Thank you, Evolved Potato. Don forces his balls on people. I'm betting Terry has to fight people off from touching his balls.
Well, remember, accused of sexual harassment, sexually harassed, and people gave him shit for it. Never forget that part. All right.
Talking about cancer. So the Black Lives Matter movement is about police brutality.
I will give him this. The Black Lives Matter movement is AIDS, and it's cancer.
Yeah. Look, Don Lemon is 54 years old. Terry Crews is 51. They're very close in age. Terry Crews looks so much better than Don Lemon. That's disturbing. Like, Don, look at his eyes. It just looks worn.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Brutality and injustice in that manner, not about what's happening in Black neighborhoods. There are people who are working on that issue, and if you want to start that issue, why don't you start it?
Thank you, Mike F. From President Dwayne Elizondo Mountain Dew Herbert Camacho. Thank you. That's very kind.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
But when you look at the organization, police brutality is not the only thing they're talking about.
I know that. I agree, but that's not what the Black Lives Matter movement is about. Terry.
Wait, you just told him. Did he not just tell him that it's only about police brutality?
Yep.
Terry
was right. You go to their website, they're Marxists. They talk about all these other things. And Don says, I know that, but he's refusing to accept it. And oh my God, your pause game. Seriously. He looks like he has downs.
Thank you, Cult of Krill, who said, I hate Don Lemon more than I hate the Boulder King. Wow. And I know what that means. And Dangerous Spaces, thank you. My favorite part is Don Lemon saying Black people are either comparable to AIDS or cancer. Is he trying to reclaim his worst journalist award? Possibly. Oh, fuck, man. We still got a minute of this.
This matter is about police brutality and about criminal justice. It's not about.
Whoa. No. Don, you just told us it is only about police brutality, and that if you try to put it on something else, it's like comparing AIDS to cancer. That's what you said. It's on video, Jack. It's not like he can hide it.
Yeah, well, you know how this works. They ignore video. It's magic.
He literally just said it. Oh, fuck. God, he's an asshole.
What happens in communities when it comes to crime, Black on Black crime, people who live near each other, Black people kill each other. Same as whites. 80-some% of white people are killed by white people. True. Because of proximity. Very true. It's the same thing with Black people. That happens in every single neighborhood. But that doesn't, again, I'm not saying that's not important that those kids died, but it's a different movement.
You know what he should talk about there? They always talk about the percentage of Black people killed by police. And oh my God, it's such a high percentage. While he is absolutely right that Black people kill Black people, white people kill white people, Asians kill Asians. It's just proximity that seems to be the biggest factor. But Blacks kill Blacks at a disproportionate rate to the other races.
Yeah. And you'll notice Terry's audio is giving out here.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Convenient.
Listen, I understand what you're saying. I totally understand. It is about police brutality. That should never be accepted. Yeah. I am not saying that that's not it, but there's more there. Okay. And when I look at, if they have more on their agenda, we need to ask them about what else is on that agenda other than police brutality. And that's all I'm doing. Questioning, warning, watching. And if that bothers you, now that bothers me. Because if I can't warn you, we are equal. We're equal. I should be able to say Terry. Something.
I gotta go. We'll see you. Terry, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
What a condescending dick.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. It was about what I expected.
Yep.
There was a little less hatred of whites than I expected, because he really doesn't like white people. Don Lemon, not Terry Crews. But yeah, men literally said two different things within 10 seconds of each other. He also accused Terry Crews of being a pussy for saying this stuff, and then having the nerve to go on TV and talk about it. You need a thicker skin. Motherfucker literally came on your show to talk about it. He didn't go hiding. He's not whining about it happening. He just said it's happening. Oh, what a dick. Man. Anyhow, Don Lemon's a cocksucker. And I don't mean that because he's gay. I mean, he's a cocksucker. Jesus Christ. Jack, that hurt my head.
Yeah, you want something else to hurt your head?
Sure.
All right. This video's been going around the Twitter machine. There's two little video clips, if you don't mind.
Not at all. Let's see. I got the firsty one here. I'll cue this one up while you're doing that. We're getting the second one. Okay. Bam. This one, I don't know how important it is to share the audio.
Not really.
Okay, so if it's a little low, I can turn it up, guys. But for the most part, we'll just keep the volume at what it's at.
Yeah.
Not God bless. I hate when it does that. It doesn't happen that often, so I'm not going to complain too much. So, good God, stop it. I say it doesn't happen too often, and it happens twice in a row. There we go. It's like, we're going to make Monkey look like an asshole. All right, ready?
Yep.
All right. What am I watching here?
This is a DC BLM protest. And the one guy's a counter-protester in white.
So, oh. Yeah, with the little bitch ass walking back. Yeah.
So they try to protect the person that hit him.
Are you kidding?
Nope, they're fighting with the cops over it.
Why they got to do that? It's because he just committed assault. That's why. That's not even a hard one.
There's even a guy in there that says, give him back.
Well, he being detained for because he's a criminal.
Yeah, he just hit somebody.
All right.
The second one is a moment later.
And look, like I said, I'm not necessarily always against, a good slap on somebody. But if you end up going to jail for it, it's illegal. You go pay a fine and. Okay, let's pop this one in there. I mean, there's repercussions for things, Jack. That's just how the world works. That's him being arrested. Yeah, you guys record it all. They're not doing anything wrong there. Let him go. Why?
One of ours.
What's that?
Because he's one of ours. That's why they want.
Oh, sure.
You can't arrest one of our people. He's a supporter. That kid in blue shoved that cop.
Do what?
There's a kid in blue shoved a cop. He's wearing a backpack.
Oh. Where was this at?
DC. There he goes again.
Yeah.
Well, now you're going too.
And he's going for a higher charge because that other guy hit a civilian. You just assaulted a cop twice on video. Good God, man.
Yeah, it was almost a riot. Just a small one, of course, but they were pretty angry that somebody was getting arrested. Sir, nothing's going to come out of it. So what are they upset about?
Right. Remember, guys, I don't know if they're doing it in D.C., but at least in what is that? Seattle and Portland, they're doing catch and release. So,
yeah.
Dude, Cirque asked if I could link those. The first one I linked was actually the second one we watched. So there you go. Thank you, Mike F. Did you cover the story about the human bowling pins who blocked the freeway and the car scored a spare? Yes, we covered that quite extensively. Miss Summer, whatever the hell her name was killed. Miss Diaz, whatever the hell her name is. Last I knew, she was still alive. And the gentleman who did it is going to prison. Was he hit with the murder charge?
I don't know.
I didn't see what the exact charge was. So my guess would be vehicular manslaughter would be what they hit him with. They're not going to be able to prove he did it on purpose. Anyway. Catch and release, it's crimes, not fly fishing. I understand that, but you'd have to talk to people much higher in our government than I am. I just get to vote. That's all I do. Oh God, Frosted. Jack, you should look at the
I saw it. It was, trying to wash it from my mind.
Yeah, I can't show that one on screen. I think it's okay, but I think YouTube. I'm in the shit zone on YouTube anyway. They're watching me apparently.
Awesome.
No, not watching me that way.
Oh.
So I go to set up Lords of the Night.
Yeah.
And I fill out this stuff, and it tells me at the top that I've been a good little boy and I've been answering the questions right. I go out to fill this one, and they're like, "Be careful, you've been fucking it up." I'm like, what the fuck? You guys are so schizophrenic. Okay, we're gonna hit the hashtag, Jack. We haven't done that in forever. I'm not seeing beautiful. Oh, okay. I scrolled down a little bit. There they are. Oof. I like that one. She's ugly, but I like the outfit and the way she's holding it. Stories. That's what I was gonna do. Stories. Rose McGowan urges Trump to donate to Tara Reid fundraiser in Biden's name. Is that real? Massive sent this one in. Reid came forward. Oh, yeah, I know who Reid is. Rose McGowan urged President Trump to make a donation to a fundraiser dedicated to Tara Reid on behalf of his 2020 rival Joe Biden. Last week, a GoFundMe campaign was launched for Reid, who came forward earlier this year with sexual assault, blah, blah, blah. Why is there a full page ad on my screen? Get that shit off of here. On Tuesday night, McGowan tweeted the link to her 935,000 Twitter followers and hoped to get the president's attention. It says, "Real Donald Trump, please make a donation to GoFundMe." She links to GoFundMe in Biden's name. That's funny as shit. That's all right. That's mid-level trolling, I would say. If he actually did it, that would be top-level trolling.
Yeah.
If Donald Trump retweeted it, that would be top tier, actually. Reid told Fox in a statement, "I have so much gratitude for all the ways the supporters have come forward to help me. I've lost everything coming forward about Joe Biden. Hopefully in the future, survivors can tell their stories safely with no bullying and smear campaigns from trolls in the media." Well, wasn't Joe Biden one of those people who said that should happen?
Probably.
Oh, this is sad. She's trying to raise $200,000. You know how much she's raised?
$50.
$1,897.
Ow.
Yeah. Ouch. Well, here's the problem, sweetheart. The people who should be on your side aren't because of who you accused. And that's literally what it boils down to.
Yeah.
If she'd accused Donald Trump, that would be at least $50,000. I guarantee it. Hey, Monk, you got an ad. Sweet. Apparently, there's a way to push through ads. Satsu did it tonight. He tested it, Jack. We were watching streams the other night, and suddenly we each got an ad in the middle. We're like, what the fuck? Because it was a live stream. Apparently, you can push ads through. I think it's only if you're using the studio, though, and I don't use that for this. I think I could. I think I could go in there. Let's see, Jack. Let's see if they give me that ability. since they demonetized the shit out of me anyway. What do you think the odds are they let me do it?
25%.
I think you're way too high there. Shit, I don't remember how to get to the studio when you are live. Can I do it from here? No. Damn it, I'm already limited on this one. There's the live control room. Come on.
While you're doing that, thank you, Evolved Potato. Violent rioters getting away with assaulting political opponents. It's strange. I feel like somewhere in the past in Germany, something like this happened and socialists killed a lot of people. Probably just imagining it.
Yeah, I have nowhere on here where I could do that. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, it's almost like they don't like you.
Oh, wait, right there. Let's see. Ad inserted. Let me know if you guys got an ad just now. I'm curious. Give me a 1 if you just got an ad. And give me a 1.5 if you're like, fuck you. Why'd you give me an ad? I just wanted to see if it would work. There we go. We'll close that down because I'm not going to do that again. I might not tonight. I'm not saying I'll never do it again, Jack, because, you know, it's money. No ad. God damn it.
Stargazer said she got one.
Did she? Oh, sweet. Ken got one. I got 2.
Zella, it was like 10 seconds ago. How do you not remember? I didn't get one, but I saw a few people say they got one.
Prospero got a 4-minute ad. Fuck. Why are you here telling me about it? Why ain't you watching that 4-minute ad?
And nobody watches 4-minute ads.
I ever tell you about that time I got a 30-minute ad on a 2-minute video?
I got a 1-hour unskippable episode of a TV show.
Oh, I've had those before.
Yeah, I was like, fuck this. I'll just reload.
Yep. Control R, man. But anyway, guys, thanks for putting up with me testing it. I was just curious if it works. Let's see. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Bottoms suggests Trump's responsible for 8-year-old. What? This one comes from Super Russ 99 by way of the Daily Caller. So take that for what it's worth. Or sorry, Daily Wire. Democratic Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. She's the one. We'll stop for just a minute and explain who she is for those who don't know. She is on Vice President Biden's short list to be a vice presidential nominee. She's the mayor of Atlanta, and she took a lot of shit recently because of the 8-year-old girl getting killed. The governor of the state having to call in the National Guard to calm down her fucking city. And she came out and said she had asymptomatic COVID. The COVID thing coming after all of the other controversy, ironically, or luckily, whichever way you want to look at it. So let's see how she frames this. Suggested during a Monday interview on CNN that President Donald Trump was partially responsible for the death of an 8-year-old African-American girl in the city late last week. CNN host Brooke Baldwin asked Bottoms how such a tragic incident could occur. I want to just get right to, I don't know how to say her name. I apologize. This is the dead girl. So it is Secoria. Secoria? Anyway, let's see. I want to get right to Secoria, 8 years of age. You said it over the weekend. She was a baby. How could this happen? Quote, I was listening to Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot. She summed it up. We talk about systemic racism and the trauma and anxiety and all of these things that are happening in our communities. And it is this convergence. And I hate to use the word perfect storm, but it is where we are in this country right now. And you think about the leadership or the lack thereof that we have coming from the highest office in the land. I think that you are seeing so many emotions play out. And so too often it's playing out in violence in our street. Are you fucking kidding me? For those of you who don't speak politician, what she just said is that Donald Trump's lack of leadership is causing people to go out into the streets and be violent.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, because he has to personally come down and be like, don't do that.
This is the mayor of the city where this little girl was killed. And instead of taking any responsibility, which of course she wasn't going to do, she blames Donald Trump. That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it puts her on the short list, though, doesn't it? These people are scumbags.
Paul says Monk is going to have a stroke. You're not wrong. Are you fucking kidding me? How many times am I going to have to say that tonight? I got to take my medicine because I'm in pain anyway. Fuck me, man. We are seeing all of this shit because there's a lack of leadership in those cities.
Yep.
They Donald Trump made cops racist. You mean the cops that you hired in your Democratic city with a Democratic mayor and a Democratic police chief? Donald Trump made those cops racist. It always happens in those cities. You think that's a fucking coincidence? They do, apparently. I got to swallow.
That's what Don Lemon said.
Yeah, no shit. That was 8 pills, man.
Yeah.
That's the small batch. Normally I take what is it? 3, 3, and 5, so 11.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh God, that is fucking disgusting. I have to hang on a second. I need to retweet this. That is fucking disgusting. Take some responsibility, you degenerate. Degenerate. I need a good ending word here. Degenerate. I could leave it at degenerate, but she's a politician, so I can say horrible things to her.
Oh, cum dumpster?
I'm pretty sure that one would still get me in trouble.
You degenerate bootlicking sycophant?
Oh, that's actually not bad. I can't spell it though.
That's wrong.
You degenerate. Yeah, liar. That works. The fuck is what's her name again? Bottoms. Keisha. Oh wait, that was her. Gotta tag her. She's not gonna read it, but there we go. I have to get it off my chest sometimes, Jack.
Understandable.
I know they're not gonna read it, but it makes me feel better. Oh dear God. Colleen, why would you send me this? From Colleen Bernier. Police warn of alligator on the loose in Michigan.
Yeah, we had one in Grove City that was on the lam for a couple days, but they caught it. It's no big deal. Happens every now and then.
No. That's not okay. I mean, I live indoors, so it's not going to bother me. Police are warning residents of a Michigan area to be on the lookout for an unusual escapee. A 1-foot alligator. Oh, he's tiny. Okay. That's not so bad.
He's tiny now, but in 6 months.
Well, yeah. The Clinton Township Police Department said the small alligator escaped from a home in the area of Lucerne and Lance. Police said the alligator was a pet being kept at home. Residents are being warned not to approach the alligator and instead contact the Macomb County Animal Control if the reptile is spotted. So don't go out there being Steve Irwin, you guys. Remember what happened to him. You know. Crikey. That was a gator, or that was a, I want to say starfish. That's not the right word. It's a ray, right? Wasn't that what stabbed him in the chest?
Stingray, yeah.
Yeah. What in the hell? Mortified man's plea for help after drunken accident at... Oh, all right. This one also comes from Colleen Bernier. This isn't Lords of the Night, so I'm just reading them in order as I find them interesting. Mortified man leaves unfortunate stains at Wait, I'm sorry. Stains?
Wow.
At dates flat and sends hilarious plea for help. Did this guy leave butt stains on her sheets or something?
Sounds like it.
Dude, wipe your ass. A man who woke up to discover he'd left some embarrassing marks on his date's bed sheets has seen his desperate tweets go viral, or texts go viral over the exchange on Twitter. A man known only as Kevin has stayed overnight at the woman's house and woke up the next morning only to discover he had left poo stains on her white bedding. The 26-year-old from Dublin knew he needed to find a solution fast and desperately messaged his friend Levi for some help in his moment of need. Explaining the situation to his pal, Kevin wrote, "Had a dirty whiskey shit, came back, must have not wiped my bum properly. There's shit stains on her bed sheets. Really big shit stains, clearly shit."
How do you not wipe your... How do you get to the point where you're leaving big shit stains on someone's bed because you didn't wipe good enough? How did you not know that?
Hazmat, thank you. There's a loose alligator running around with sunglasses. Well, I guess here it has been warm. When Levi advised him to get out and delete her off everything, Kevin revealed he was currently stuck sitting next to her, unable to move, as his leg was covering the stain.
Ugh.
Oh, no, it gets worse. A later update read, "Smell starting to become noticeable. Think I'm going to make an escape soon."
Soon? Why are you still there?
No, dude. However, when the woman left the room, he seized the opportunity and flipped the bed sheets so the mark was on the opposite side, as well as spilling some beer on the area for good measure. Wow.
At least he's literally flipping the script, but yeah, he should have used the opportunity while she was gone to grab her phone, delete his phone number, and grab his shit and get the hell out of there. Not his poop, but his stuff.
Here's, you know what? My mind went to this. She gets up, strip the bed, and when she comes in, be like, "You know, we were sweaty and nasty last night. I'm gonna go wash these for you," and then you're the good guy.
Yeah, bleach the fuck out of them. Yeah, I don't know. There's the best solution would just be to run. I don't think there's any way of getting out of that one.
I feel like if you do that properly, you can. You just you're the good guy if you wash the sheets after you left a cum stain on it. You know what I mean?
I suppose, but it's going to be a little harder to pull off, especially if she doesn't have a washer and dryer.
No, well, even if she doesn't have a washer and dryer, that makes you even nicer because you're going to take it out to the laundromat for her. You're going to save her money.
Or does she just think you're stealing her linens?
You're just cynical.
A little bit.
You can leave your ID like, "Here, I'm going to leave this here so you know I'm not stealing your sheets." Yeah. Shrouded Angel and Desert Rat both sent in some beautiful ladies for us. The chick in the cat ears is I like that outfit, and her shaving is on point.
Mm-hmm.
The chick with the weird bunny panties that she's pulling down, her shaving is also on point, but she's kind of ugly. I like the picture though. If her head wasn't in it, it'd be perfect. Oh, Desert Rat said some Asians for you too. Yeah, those are kind of nice. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh, Colleen's been hitting up a bunch of these for us. She's making sure I got stuff to talk about. Colleen, thank you. I didn't even know she watched this show. Or accuse her of having a dirty ass. I mean, you could do that too. Or just get up and be like, "Bitch, that ain't my shit. Who's been sleeping here?" Hazmat, thank you. Cockroach, wee, wah, wah, wah. Does that mean something to you?
No, not offhand.
Me neither. I do appreciate the donation. Don't forget, guys, we are brought to you by you. Hit that like button. Share if you would. Not all of our stories are about somebody pooping the bed. And if you would toss donations at my friend Jack here. He's a good guy, really good guy. Helps out this show a lot. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here saying, Jack, what do you think of this? To nobody.
That might get awkward.
It is, yeah. It's really awkward when somebody else comes on the show and I keep calling him Jack like I did to poor Dax the other day. But you know what? That's only fair because I used to do that to people when Dax was on all the time.
Yeah.
I would call them Dax. And I did that when Polly was here. I called people Polly. It's just, I get used to talking to you. And so when I'm ending a sentence and trying to address the other person, just Jack flies out of my mouth.
No, I'm here all the time. So
there's a nice clip for you. Jack flies out of my mouth. Jude Law to play Captain Hook in Disney live action Peter Pan. Isn't he a little? I guess he could play Captain Hook.
I don't know.
I'm not going to read the story because I feel like there wouldn't be too much more to it.
Yeah. I don't think he's particularly great casting, but maybe he could pull it off.
I think he'd be better than Dustin Hoffman was.
Yeah. Be kind of hard not to be, I guess.
Cannibalistic Wizard says, I think Hazmat's having a stroke.
I think Jeffrey Rush would have been a good Captain Hook.
Jeffrey Rush.
He was the Barbossa in Pirates of the Caribbean, the other captain.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, he would. Also from Colleen Bernier, homicide detectives investigate after jogger. Oh, yeah, we read this one on Lords of the Night. This is in St. Petersburg, Florida. Homicide detectives in St. Petersburg are investigating what they say appears to be the discovery of a human head after a jogger found the remains and called police.
As opposed to what, a centaur's head?
Well, I
Appears
mean,
to be a human head? Maybe
it's a monkey. The remains were found near the intersection of 38th Avenue and 31st Street South near the I-275 overpass. Female runner called the police around 7 a.m. Tuesday when she made the disturbing discovery. I'd start running with a buddy if I were you.
Right.
The area is used by several drivers to cut to busy 34th Street South, and police officers hope someone may have seen something suspicious while driving. Okay.
Like a human head or a human body.
If you saw somebody throw something out of a window and it had hair on the back of it and it was kind of head-shaped, wouldn't you have already called the police?
Maybe. Depends if they saw me or not.
The area where the remains were found does not have surveillance cameras as a not direct view of many houses or businesses, according to detectives. Officers spent hours Tuesday looking in the wooded area around the overpass, but did not find the rest of the body, which they hope also appears to be human. All right, so weird shit in Florida. Be careful, y'all. Oh, desert rat. Oh, look at her. Boobies are a little big, but oh, she is gorgeous. The chick in the leopard thing?
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Kind of thick.
I know. Yeah, I know she's a little big for you, but I'm looking at her face, man. God, she is gorgeous, man. She's like almost Lady Monkey gorgeous. Not quite. She doesn't have the cuter upturned nose. Hazmat, sad boy, thank you. Cockroach, boo doo 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 da ba da dee ski dee dee doo dee dee doo dee dee doo doo. Here's my $4.99. I'm having a stroke. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Be careful with those strokes, man. Oh, and bald potato with some Asians.
Yeah.
For those of you like, what the hell are you talking about? If you send us mostly naked women, remember, cover the nips and the clits, we'll look at them. But don't send them to us personally. Put them on the hashtag MITAM. And there are a lot of, those girls are beautiful. Got the long-haired brunettes going on, man. Desert Rat. You guys, the Ash Crack team, on it as always. Let's see what else we got here. how J.K. Rowling became Voldemort.
Read another book.
What in the actual fuck does that mean? Jack, I'm pretty versed in my Harry Potter. Nothing otherwise like the magical creatures or whatever that fucking shit is. I don't care about that at all. But the original 7 books, I'm pretty well versed in it. And I'm wondering what the comparison is.
She became an evil monster.
Voldemort was a murderous shitbag.
She murders people's feelings.
I suppose. Her name is now verboten. Maybe that's it. I don't know if I can read this stupid ass article. This is from The Atlantic, by the way.
Strike one.
It has taken 2 decades, but I'm finally ready to admit that I was the world's most annoying teenager. I believe you.
Absolutely.
My parents are Catholic, and I used to delight in peppering them with trollish questions, preferably several hours into a long car journey. Why does the Mass service refer to God as He and Father was my favorite? Does God have Y chromosomes then? Does God have, like, testicles? I was openly dismissive about transubstantiation, by which the host is consecrated and, according to Catholic doctrine, literally turns from mere bread into the body of Christ. But all of the atoms stay the same, I would insist. That makes no sense. Yeah, I want to slap you already.
Right?
I'd kick you out of my car.
While it was moving.
And I'm not even Catholic. My parents humored me, but predictably, I didn't find their responses satisfying. Realizing that your omniscient parents are, in fact, just regular flawed humans is a vital part of growing up. So is learning that their values are different from yours, that they are the products of a particular time and place. Blah, blah. What the fuck does this matter?
She's trying to prove how edgy and like Daria she is.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm not reading the rest of this. Get to your fucking point. We're 2 paragraphs in. You've already used your thesaurus way more than you should have. Get to the fucking point.
She's got to fill word space, monkey. She gets paid by the word.
I'm just going to put this on the screen because it was a disturbing picture. This is animal abuse.
Absolutely.
That is animal abuse. It's also way too many sweet cake rolls.
She's going to eat that horse later.
She is. She's probably trying to kill it so she can put it on a bun. And then we get into a lot of stories we already have done. So, did you see that? I don't know how much you were up and awake today. Noam Chomsky got into a bunch of shit today. People were canceling him, Jack.
I saw they were canceling him, and I was hopeful it was because he's a stupid idiot. But no, it's because he wants to have dialogue.
It's because he doesn't want to cancel people.
Yeah, which means you have to cancel him.
Yeah. It's like Vanity Fair or one of those rags. There was an open letter that basically called out cancel culture and like, we need to stop this. It's okay to have dialogue. And a whole bunch of different authors signed it. And they decided on Twitter that Noam Chomsky, icon of the left for decades, he's a fucking little commie. They decided he's got to be canceled because they think that this was specifically about canceling J.K. Rowling, which it might have been. But how dare he? How dare he? Talk to people that you disagree with? No, we got to get rid of them. I saw that, man.
Traitor.
Yeah, I saw that, and my brain just went, yeah, that sounds right for 2020.
Yeah, he's not extreme enough.
And I think this, people have asked us, how do we reverse this shit? How do we reverse this shit? This is how. And unfortunately, I don't know if we have enough people willing to do it. But you need people who are icons of the left who still believe in the free speech. Because without it, this is why I tell you guys it's more important than your guns. I get it. I know you guys want your guns, and I support it 100%. But if you don't have the ability to talk, your guns ain't going to matter much. Because they'll be able to just argue you right out of your gun when you're not allowed to talk about it. It's racist to support gun rights. Got to get rid of them. And I know there's people that can have it from when they peel it from my cold, dead hand. Most people aren't like that, though. America is a unique place in that I think it would happen a lot more than, say, like it did in Australia when they're like, okay, here you go. But they're coming, man. And nothing is more important than your right to be able to speak freely. Nothing. No right that we have. Okay, maybe life comes first. I'll give that one first. Life and then the ability to speak. Hazmat, thank you again. Spasa dida da do de da da do scuba daddy ba 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 skibari da da day dishevel ye. Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna end game myself. Thank you. I did my best to read that one.
I'm pretty sure you just summoned Cthulhu.
I think he's rolling his face across the keyboard. Back and forth.
He may be Meltor main.
Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo Shabbat. They're coming for your right to speak freely. And I'm not talking about on Twitter. I'm not talking about anywhere. I'm talking about in general. They're coming for it, you guys. They are coming for it. And I got to be honest, with our Supreme Court, I don't know how much longer they're going to actually support it. I don't. I think if a hate speech law was written properly, it could possibly get through.
Yeah.
And it's scary. That scares the fuck out of me.
Well, people like John Roberts will switch with the wind. And before you know it, we've got hate speech laws in this country that are draconian and totally anti-American. Mm-hmm. And it'll hold up.
Yeah, it's got to be fought against. And when people like Noam speak up, I don't agree with Noam on pretty much anything else. That I don't know if I've ever seen anything else I agree with that shithead on. But in this case, he's right. He's right. So I mean, you got to support them when they're right, because you should be supporting ideas, not people. Isn't that a weird thing that, like, no, that's my person. Like, well, he just contradicted himself. I don't care. He's on my side. Oh, what is your side? Whatever he says? Because that seems like a weird side. Can you imagine that in a football game? In middle of the game, the quarterback from one team's like, fuck it, I'm playing for the other team.
Yeah, that'd be a little bit odd.
And then jumps back and the announcer like, I didn't see anything happen. What are you talking about? You know why? Because these are ideologies, not teams. We're talking about ideology. That's why when I talk about the difference between censorship and free speech as it's enshrined in our Constitution, there is a difference. I still don't like censorship. I do have to play that game because I'm on this website. But I can't fight back against it if I have no voice, you know? That's why your ability to speak is so important. And that's why what they're doing in these social media companies is so dirty, so dirty. And the media doesn't say shit. Not a fucking word. I heard Molyneux got his Twitter zapped today, too.
Not surprised.
Nope. I won't be surprised if he gets his bank account zapped here in a day or so.
Probably.
Actually, didn't he get already hit by... There was a leak that came out the other day from PayPal where there was some Zoom meeting that they had, an internal Zoom meeting. And it had this list of... Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Can you send it to me on Twitter? Somebody sent it to me like 3 days ago, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it on the show that night. But it's disturbing. It's disturbing. They have these things. They're watching you guys. They're watching, and you better not say the wrong words. Don't say the wrong words because they will take monetary ability away from you. And we're not talking like YouTube, you know? It's not like YouTube where they go, okay, our advertisers don't like what you say, so we're going to have to take money away from you. I still don't agree with that. But this is fucking PayPal.
Yeah. And PayPal influences Stripe and MasterCard and all the way around. It's a big circle.
Yeah.
If one of them blocks you, the others are probably going to follow.
And this is some people, that's how they pay everything.
Yeah.
Over on the Streamlabs, which, by the way, guys, excellent way to donate if you're going to and you can. Zach Osborne, thank you. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, quote, would be a real dick move to die right now. Real dick move. Her. Yeah, that woman ain't never dying. I feel so bad for her. I really do. They need to let that woman retire, just like Joe. Just look, the court's already mostly conservative. Just retire. Let them have it. In 20 years or so, we'll be able to change most of these people out anyway. It's not like justices stay justices that long. I mean, Trump did. I mean, Kavanaugh's a pretty young guy. He could be there for a couple of decades. But still. Soros funds MasterCard. Is he really involved with that? I honestly don't know. But yeah, you have payment processors now like, you said the wrong thing. The ability to say things, and you're cutting this shit off. Do you think Mary Kay Letourneau ever got like MasterCard said, sorry, we're not, you fucked a little kid. We're not going to let you use MasterCard anymore. Because I'm betting they didn't.
No, of course not.
I don't know that for positive, but I'm betting they didn't.
But she wasn't a Republican, so.
The other story that was going around today, Jack, a lot of international students that are here on student visas are being told they got to go the fuck home because colleges aren't having actual classes.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of people up in arms about it. Like, why should they have to go home? Because it's a student visa and they're not a student. It sucks. It does. I get it. But that's how they work. I do not understand why they can't go home and take online classes. I mean, it's not like most of these countries where, at least where they're coming from, that they're coming from, you know, the rice paddies of China. They're coming from cities that have, you know, internet. Why can't they just do online like all the other students are being made to do? From their home country. They don't need to be here for that. Oh, man. Just not if you commit a hate crime, though. Yeah, a thought crime. Yeah, towels. When it comes to this stuff, you can commit all kinds of horrible criminal acts and still use PayPal. But don't dare say the Confederate statues shouldn't be taken down. Ooh, you racist. And like I said, I'm not a fan of Stefan Molyneux. I think I've made that plainly clear on this show. But I haven't seen him suggest anything illegal. So I support his right to say whatever stupid shit he wants to say. I don't care. If you don't like what he says, argue against him. That's how you do it, which is actually what was written in this letter by that was signed by Noam and all these people. I wonder if I can find that. I know I read it today. Let me see if I can find it, because you know what? It's worth reading. It really is. And we can critique it, Jack, because that's what we do. What time did I wake up today, Jack?
I don't know.
I woke up at 6. I think it was around 6. Nope, not that one. I know I read the fucking thing. It was before I went to bed. There's no... here it is. Oh, it's Harper's. No, I said Vanity Fair. It's Harper's. Same thing. I think Harper's has a few less pictures in it. A letter on justice and open debate. Our cultural institutions are facing a moment of trial. Powerful protests for racial and social justice are leading to overdue demands for police reform, along with wider calls for greater equality and inclusion across our society, not least in higher education, journalism, philanthropy, and the arts. But this needed reckoning is also has also intensified a new set of moral attitudes and political comments that tend to weaken our norms of open debate and toleration of differences in favor of ideological conformity. It's almost like this is what Terry Crews was talking about.
What? So it's racist.
Yeah. As we applaud the first development, we also raise our voices against the second. The forces of illiberalism are gaining strength throughout the world and have a powerful ally in Donald Trump, who represents a real threat to democracy. No, he doesn't. See, even in this, man, they got to go after Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not the one out there trying to silence people. The closest you can say that he tried to silence people is because he blocked people on Twitter. Now, he has suggested things like New York or the NBC should lose their license, their FCC license, but he didn't act on it. It was just his opinion.
Yeah.
But resistance must not be allowed to harden into its own brand of dogma or coercion, which right-wing demagogues are already exploiting. I love that part. See, the left is canceling people, and the right has started fighting back, doing the same thing. So they're exploiting what the left is doing, and we can't let that happen. That's actually what that just said.
Yeah, because fighting is one-sided, and some people are better at it, so you can't let them fight.
It's such a weird dichotomy of what they're just talking about there. Because instead of just being like, open dialogue is a good thing, regardless of what the other side is saying, it allows us to have, and by the way, it does get into this a little further on, but up here in the beginning, instead, it's, we can't let that happen because the right wing is already exploiting it. That shouldn't be a concern at all. It should be the people starting it. They're the ones who, started it. Anyway.
We do nothing wrong ever. So whenever you do something that we do, you're a monster.
The democratic inclusions we want can be achieved only if we speak out against the intolerant climate that has set in on all sides. No.
Dun, dun.
No. Fuck you. No. Your side is out there doxing people for making a meme.
No, they're exposing the evil of the right wing. When you do it, it's doxing. When they do it, it's exposing them.
Yeah. They expose a 13-year-old boy for racist stuff he said online that he didn't even say. Yeah. Good job.
There are casualties in every revolution, Monkey.
Yeah, I get you. I just love that it had to be the both sidism.
Of course.
We got 2 more paragraphs to go. It's not that long, really, but we're going to stop and talk throughout it, so you'll be fine. The free exchange of information and ideas, the lifeblood of a liberal society, is daily becoming more constricted. While we have come to expect this on the radical right,
yeah, that's how that works.
If we were talking, if this was made maybe back in the late 80s, early 90s, you might be able to make that point. Although it's amazing how many Democrats were involved in like trying to get rap music shut down because it was too dirty.
Yeah, Al Gore and his wife Tipper.
Yeah.
That's why you have stickers on music.
But it was always portrayed as it was those Christian righties. Some of it was. Absolutely some of it was. But there was a lot of lefties too, so knock it the fuck off. But to say that now, we've come to expect this on the radical right. Who? Give me names, motherfucker. Who?
Don Lemon. Oh, wait.
Anyway, censoriousness is also spreading more widely in our culture. An intolerance of opposing views, a vogue for public shaming and ostracism, and the tendency to dissolve complex policy issues into a blinding moral certainty. Starting? Dude, this has been going on for half a decade in public with full press support, full Democratic leadership support. What the fuck are you talking about starting? But it hit a writer, Jack.
Oh, of course.
It hit a writer.
Bastards.
We uphold the values of robust and even caustic counter speech from all quarters. Over on the Streamlabs, real quick, let me get this. Thank you, Zach, who says, just sent you something on the Twitter machine. Looks like the Three Gorge Dam might be about to fail. Oof. Yeah, we talked about that dam a little while ago. This is a dam over there in China that the people living underneath it, downstream of it, already have gotten flooded. And China's like, yeah, we didn't do that. A whole bunch of water appeared from nowhere with no rain, but yeah, it didn't come from that dam. There's been a lot of worry that the dam is going to break. We'll get to that in a little bit. Where are we at? But it is now all too common to hear calls for swift and severe retribution in response to perceived transgressions of speech and thought. More troubling still, institutional leaders, in a spirit of panic damage control, are delivering hasty and disproportionate punishments instead of considering reforms. Okay, time out. There's some transgression on a college, right? And there's a hasty response, and it's disproportionate. What reform could you give that would allow that person to still say what they said without reprisal? What? Either it's open speech or it's not. You shouldn't need reforms. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it really depends on your social credit score.
Yeah, I know. It depends on if you've hailed the high leader recently or not. I hate this kind of shit. We see it all the time. Like, we need reforms. Like, well, what would change it? Well, nothing, but we need reforms. We see this with the immigration thing. Like, Congress isn't doing its job. They haven't passed any immigration laws. Are there immigration laws on the book? Well, yeah. Congress doesn't have to change them. They really don't. Emery, thank you so much. The dam China built in 2006 is failing already? That's the rumor. That's the rumor.
You see, it's held together with lead paint, and eventually water erodes it.
It's held together with lead paint and dissidents.
Yeah.
Thank you for the donation. Where are we at in this stupid shit? Editors are fired for running controversial pieces. Books are withdrawn for alleged inauthenticity. Journalists are barred from writing on certain topics. Professors are investigated for quoting works of literature in class. A researcher is fired for circulating a peer-reviewed academic study. And the heads of organizations are ousted for what are sometimes just clumsy mistakes. I mean, I realize, never mind. Whatever the arguments around each particular incident, the result has been to steadily narrow the boundaries of what can be said without the threat of reprisal. Well, you wanted reforms up there for people. Okay. We already pay the price in greater risk aversion among writers, artists, and journalists who fear for their livelihoods if they depart from the consensus or even lack sufficient zeal and agreement. Not wrong there. The problem with this article, Jack, is it's half right.
Yeah, well, there's just enough reality in there to kind of temper their stupid.
This stifling atmosphere will ultimately harm the most vital causes of our time. The restrictions of debate, whether by a repressive government or an intolerant society, invariably hurts those who lack power and makes everyone less capable of democratic participation. No. You don't need to speak a word to be able to participate in democracy. All you got to do is be able to cast a vote. You can raise your hand.
Only if you're sure.
They conflate this democracy thing with like a perfect world.
It's because to them, their weird anarcho-communism is perfect, and they can't see any flaws in it.
Faitha says they look at all that they have done and they try to share the blame on both sides. Yeah. Anyway, we're the restriction of debate. We already got that. The way to defeat bad ideas is by exposure, argument, and persuasion, not by trying to silence or wish them away. We refuse any false choice between justice and freedom, which cannot exist without each other. As writers, we need a culture that leaves us room for experimentation, risk-taking, and even mistakes. We need to preserve the possibility of good faith disagreement without dire professional consequences. If we don't defend the very thing on which our work depends, we shouldn't expect the public or the state to defend it for us. The last paragraph, except for that opening part of it, is absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
The way you defeat somebody's bad idea is by pointing out what a bad idea it is or offering a better one and explaining.
Get them fired from their job and ruining their life.
Well, that's the way these pussies that do it. Let's see. This is a long video, but yeah, I'll throw the link in the chat if you guys want to watch it. I don't know that this looks like the dam about to fail. It really looks more like they're just releasing some water from it, and I don't know why they're doing it. That looks very controlled. It doesn't look like something's broken.
To take pressure off it because it's about to fail.
Well, yeah, I mean, it could be that too. It could be why. But, I mean, it does. The people downstream of it, this is why they're flooded. The Chinese government said this wasn't being done at least like a week or two ago. Oh, that was the other thing, Jack. Did you see the WHO came out and admitted China never warned them about the coronavirus?
Oh, I'm shocked. Probably because we just withdrew a bunch of money from them.
It's actually because of a report that came out by a Representative McCoven, I forget his name, but he did a deep dive into as much as we know about this, and in there it's China never told anybody. And so the WHO, they didn't admit it publicly. They just kind of changed it on their website, hoping nobody would look. But yeah, they basically they came out and admitted, China never told us. I mean, like we all knew because we were all watching this shit.
Right? Taiwan warned us and they didn't do anything.
Yeah. But remember, they don't recognize Taiwan as a country.
Yeah, well.
Because they're in the back pocket of China. They really are. We pay for it, but China, I mean, technically China pays for it because we pay quite a bit of our debt with Chinese money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they kind of roundabout pay for it, but yeah, they're in the back pocket of China. So where's the apology for being called xenophobe? Oh, you're not going to get one of those, JC. No. No. Are you insane, sir? They're not going to. Like I said, they didn't actually come out and admit it publicly. They just kind of changed something on their website.
Yeah, see, bureaucrats never admit they were wrong or that they lied. They just misdirect.
Yeah. There's no reason to make yourself look bad. Come on. Stop showing me Hamilton stuff. I still haven't got to see it. And I know there's people out there who don't want to see it and they have bad things about it because of the political stuff about it. I understand all that. But my gay hair needs to see a musical. All right? That's all it is for me. It's just a musical. I'm separating the art from the artist. Plus, all of the music I've listened to so far is amazing.
Yeah.
The rap battles between Jefferson and Madison are fucking funny as shit. There's two of them. There's a third one that I'm guessing is not actually in the movie because it's just called Demo. But yeah, not the movie, the play. The first two were fucking funny as shit. Wait. All right, what else is going on here? I think we're just about ready to wrap up, Jack. I don't know how much more of this world I can take. I might need a break, you know.
Wow.
No, I just mean, look, I'm not going to stop streaming. We might like just do a fucking movie review stream some night.
That's cool.
We're inundated with stupid.
Oh yeah, man, it's not getting any better out there.
And it's not even, I mean, I could understand it. Look, stupid people have always existed. But for the most part, we can look at it and everybody go, yeah, that's stupid. And instead, stupid is celebrated.
Well, it's encouraged that way. You know, they want people that are dumb.
You've seen the Karen Act, Monk? No, I haven't. I'm not even sure what that is.
It's really a requirement that they have to produce their manager within 5 minutes. That's a good second.
It did, because Karen here is spelled with a C. I was like, what? Okay. Evolved Potato said, weren't you guys going to talk about books one stream? I need to refresh on the books that we've met. Well, one, I want to finish reading this one. And I do want to read The Art of War again. It's been years. It's been 2 decades since I read that. There's parts of it I remember. I remember him killing the concubines of the king. But yeah, that's one that I need to refresh on. And I'm not much of a reader these days, Jack. I need to be. I have lots of free time I could be reading.
Yeah, lots of people don't read after high school. So.
I didn't read in high school. I picked up reading afterwards. I hated everything they made us read. It was fucking flowery language crap. Lord of the Flies, one of the most overrated books ever.
Same with Catcher in the Rye.
Indeed. So many of these, it's like, that's fucking garbage. Why am I reading? Let's watch a movie. You know? Yeah. When I read Animal Farm, though, I was like, wow, that's awesome. That's a good book. One of my favorites that they made me read in high school was a book called Alas, Babylon.
Oh, yeah.
That was amazing. That got my attention immediately and read all the way through. We had an assignment after it was done to complete the story, to tell what happens next. And I killed everybody. Yeah, but it was a great story. But most of the shit they made us read, so I didn't care about reading. Like, I don't. And then I started going to the library when we moved up here because there was a whole lot less to do when we moved up here, Jack.
I imagine. And
when I would go to the library before, it was usually for. When I went to the library in Virginia, I checked out sex books, and not sex books like, oh, I'm going to see some titties in here, like the Masters and Johnson books. I wanted to know about sex. That's what I read. It wasn't until we moved up here I discovered a real love for fiction and other nonfiction. Also, the Louis Grizzard, I've been reading him my whole life, so I did check his out there. I should just buy those books. I bought one of them on my Kindle, and God, he's still so funny. May he rest in peace. Praise his name. Is that what you're supposed to say when you talk about the prophet?
I think so.
Yeah. Lewis was a prophet. Peace be unto him. Just taking a quick look over at Portland. Looks like it's kind of quiet tonight.
Yeah, they're just out there chanting and
dumb shit. Their chant of "we're here every night" doesn't seem to be true for everyone.
No, they just say it.
What's the weirdest type of book you love? I have a weird obsession with film novelizations. Probably plays. I love to read plays. For me, one of the worst parts of reading a book is that there's all the descriptions around everywhere. When you read a play, you get to decide. I mean, there's a little bit of description of what the set might look like, but it's only important pieces that are mentioned. The rest of it, you can decorate however the fuck you want when you're actually being the director of a play. So when you pick that up, you're just reading the script, and the story has to be almost entirely told through that. You can't have the story told because it's in the open plane, and look, here's an open plane. You don't have to describe all that shit to try to boost how big the book is. Jack, you got a weird kind of book what's the weirdest kind of book you like?
I like a lot of weird stuff. So, I don't know. I read a lot of UFO stuff because it amuses me.
Oh, that's fair. Where was that one at? Shakespeare's all sex, murder, and Game of Thrones shit. I love Shakespeare. Shakespeare is some of the best writing ever. Well, maybe not writing, best stories ever. They are fucking brutal. Even the ones considered comedies are fucking brutal. But that wasn't somebody mentioned another. Oh, Count of Monte Cristo. I haven't read that. I've never read that one. I was never that's Poe, right?
No.
Who's Count of Monte Cristo?
I don't remember.
We don't remember. But there was a lot of classic literature. Who?
Dumas. Alexander Dumas.
There we go.
Cheers.
Alexander Dumbass said that one or wrote that one. I've heard very good things about it, but I never tried.
Yeah, it's a good book, but it's kind of dry. A lot of books from that time are kind of boring.
I like some of the Sherlock Holmes books, the originals.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, same guy who did Three Musketeers. Ah, gotcha. Alexander Dumbass. I have over 640 books in my Caliber E book collection. Damn. Oh God, smoke in my eye. There's what's that woman's name? Iris Johansson is actually one of my favorite writers too. I love her books, even though every book is the same goddamn story. She tells the same fucking story in every book, but they're different characters, slightly different motivation, but you can follow the plot points along A, B, C, D, E, which is why she's a best-selling author, because she found the book that people like and she just keeps writing it with new people.
Yeah.
But she doesn't do any of that flowery shit. In her books, Jack, there's a woman in trouble. There's a guy who comes to protect her, who she hates. They eventually fall in love and kick the bad guy's ass.
Does she write Hallmark movies?
She could. But I fucking love her books. They're stupid fun. They're like an 80s movie, Jack. But yeah, I really like them. Let's see. Oh wow, we're 2 hours in. Seems a good time to chat. But yeah, Jack, we might do like a movie we haven't done a nostalgia night in a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do one of those. Just bring your. Do you have a show tomorrow?
Yeah. We're on Polydub's channel.
So
yeah.
Maybe we'll plan that for like Thursday.
Okay.
If you can be there.
Yeah, should be able to.
And yeah, we'll do a nostalgia night. We'll go back and talk about our childhoods in detail, the things we miss, things that have changed, things that the kids today will never get to experience, and they really should. But guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. It's always a pleasure to be here to try to entertain you. Hopefully you got a few laughs out of us. One or two. Thank you for the donations. Seriously, you guys are wonderful. Even when you're being weird with your donation, Hazmat, I really do still appreciate it. Anything you'd like to chill?
I'll throw links to my latest videos in the chat. And of course, thanks for the donations. You guys are awesome. And don't forget, I'll be on Polydub's channel tomorrow. And I was on Jack Gunsky's channel today for Quippers.
All right. And let's see. Tonight, Lords of the Night will be on my channel again. I did it last night because I had to bail on Saturday. I'll probably do a game stream here shortly, but I'm not giving you a time frame, so just watch on Twitter. Speaking of which, remember, guys, all of our stuff is linked below. Jack and I both have Patreons. Jack and I, which I forgot to put on the screen tonight. Damn it. We also both have Teespring stores. And there's great stuff in there, so check it out. And remember, you can always still donate while we're off the air over on Streamlabs if you're enjoying this after we're done. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Jack, a pleasure, my friend.
As always.
Everyone, have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
My dick is better than